All right, guys, you've got your Aberlite Pro and you're ready to make that beard look fantastic. This video is going to give you some tips and tricks. It might be a quick start guide to getting ready and rocking that amazing beard that you're going to achieve with your Aberlite Pro. Before we get started, we need to set goals, be a little realistic about what are we trying to do with our Aberlite Pro heated brush. Are you trying to control a few areas, or are you trying to change the whole look of your beard? I will say that this is a tool, and the longer you use it, the better you get at your styling techniques, the better performance you're going to get out of this. You should not expect to go right to that dream beard of yours the first time you use it. You should expect to see a difference, and you should expect to begin to understand how it is changing your beard, and then go from there, making it look absolutely fantastic. This is the best heated brush in terms of controlling your beard. You've made a great purchase. Here we go. So you always want to start with like a heat shield or an oil. Something unscented is always preferred, because what you'll get is some of those fragrances in beard oil or whatever will kind of crackle or burn more so than the actual oil itself. If you hear that crackling, a little bit's not a big deal. You haven't done some major damage to your beard in any way, but you want to probably stop and be mindful of what's going on with your beard. So, I usually set my temperature on a standard thing to 340 degrees. You can do that. You do that cycling through by pushing the button. And as you can see, my beard's not looking that bad today. I know many of you probably have much longer beards. We will talk about a couple techniques, or at least one that I can recommend from my friend Dan, who has a much bigger beard. When you get down to this area, when your beard's hanging here, it is important that you're able to use tension. So as you can see, I'm touching the surface here. So you long beard guys, before I get started with everything else, you guys do have this kind of movement where you can support it with a backboard and kind of move down through there. This is not, it is hot, like you're gonna feel it, but the part that's gonna be really hot is not going to be touching your skin. So again, creating that tension for the longer beard guys. All right, so the best way to straighten your beard is actually to, let's work on this side. You're gonna think of it like you wanna move those hairs, you wanna apply that heat to the hairs on your beard in each direction. So you can see I was kind of going back that time. And now I'm going back towards my ear. I had been brushing it forward. We'll do that one more time just so you can see that. And then for me, when I'm ready, I think I've done it 2, 3, 4 times. I bring it down. Bring it down just kind of like that. Then I go over to the other side. I go back and I'm brushing forward towards my mouth on the other side. 2, 3, 4 times. I come back. And I tend to like to, my beard's not that huge. I just go and if I'm thinking about it, I just split right in the middle of my chin. I'm working this side, coming back up, and then bringing it down. That way, you keep it pretty evenly. You keep it pretty even as far as what you're applying. Okay, now you can do that a few times. You don't want to do it too many times. Like I said, with this, you may not get 100% what you're dreaming of as far as a look, but you are going to get marked improvement. In fact, I can already see an improvement from my work beard from earlier today. All right, now this is kind of my area of a little bit of focus. I tend to sleep, and I sleep with this pillow tucked underneath my chin for some reason, and what I do is get a divot here sometimes and a divot here sometimes. Whatever, I'm kind of worked on techniques for that. I like to bring in a little water sometimes. This was $1 at the dollar store, and apply that water. It gives me a little bit. It just gives me a little bit more, I don't know, of a result when I'm using this heated brush. So again, if I am trying to get that divot out, I'm gonna brush that hair up. You hear that? Nothing wrong with that. That's water. It's called steam, and it's very, very okay to do that once in a while. So bring it through, and I am not worried about that sound again. I don't know if you guys heard that, but as you can see, slowly, kind of what I'm doing is doing the target spots. For the divots, I like to brush up and come down. Now, let's say you have a really bad really bad spot, really bad, we call them beard dents, or just kind of areas of concern. If you have one of those, what I would suggest you do is get a brush like this, and you're going to bring up your hair, and you're going to do half at a time, because a lot of times when you've got a spot and you just can't get the brush to do its thing, to get it out, it's because the hair underneath is thick. Then those little guys underneath, they're not playing ball. They're not getting the heat because you guys grew such a luxurious, thick beard. It's not getting the heat down there. So don't be afraid to kind of apply your heat in layers. Up, down, and up. And you can walk all the way around the beard, because you got, some of you may have the thickness all the way around throughout your beard. Then come back with that top layer. And I am not pushing hard. Huge, huge tip. Do not push towards your face. Let it slide. You could almost do it with 2 fingers. I'm trying to show you. This is the force that I want you using when you think you've almost got it and you're about done. I'm just using 2 fingers. There is no pushing against her. And why am I concerned with that? Why am I warning you on that? Because that's where you actually can create more problems if you are pushing on that jawline. You're going to create a natural dent as soon as it comes off your jaw. And we get guys on our Beard Advice show all the time that are saying, I can't do it. No matter how hard I try, which we equate to how hard are you pushing against your face, they're getting that dent on that jawline. And the trick is, let this thing do its job. Look how it slides through. Can you see that? We're starting to get that nice little straightening effect there on the tough spot on my beard, which is always this under the bottom lip, the chin area. So like I said before, bigger beards, you guys are going to be using that tension down here further, but you can apply all these tips. I always like to hit the mustache. There's no real right or wrong technique to that. It never hurts. And 3 times a week or so, I'm doing this, or if I have a special event going out, now it's your turn. Get out there, get started, and use this Aberlite Pro to bring that beard to the next level.